So welcome to Tech Tuesday. We've got a lot of technology available on campus, and I know some of it's newer, and some of it has not been used as much as we would like to use it. So I just wanted to to demonstrate some of it, and to give you a chance to see some of this stuff that we've got available. This first item, which I think is one of the cooler items that we've got, is the document camera. That's this thing right here. And what you can do, let's go here. You can have a document here in front of you. The first thing that comes to my mind is the old overhead projectors, and you've got the teacher sitting beside the overhead projector, and they're looking right into the light and writing on the thing. And my math teacher in 7th grade algebra, she was always doing this, and I guess she had just developed eyes that could do this. But with the document camera, you don't have to stare into the light. You can actually just have a regular piece of paper in front of you, and here's some regular paper, and then you can write on it. And if you can, this one has a light on it, so you can do that, and it also has a really neat zoom feature.
Oh, there we are.
So you can get super close.
Oh, cool.
And you can also change the brightness. I'll just decrease the brightness here, so it's hopefully easier to read when I zoom out.
Oh, okay.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, wow.
So you could decrease that zoom a little bit more. That's the zoom, and there's the brightness.
And they use these in the classrooms?
I have never met anyone who has used one in the classroom.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
Or you have one professor who still uses transparency. So with this, he wouldn't need a transparency. He could just use his regular
You could just
paper,
use a regular
right?
piece
And it would
of
just
notebook paper.
wow.
And so this is great for things like, I was at a conference this summer actually it was October. It was the beginning of October. And the person who was presenting has been doing 3D printing for a couple of years now, and so they had lots of models. And they said, this is the first year I'm actually working with a professor to do 3D printing. I'm really excited. And so the presenter would show the models here under the document camera in front of this audience that fit like 200 people. And people were able to see the detail very close. And it's so much better than just a static picture. And so we can manipulate the model, you can hold it up and turn things around, and that's great. And the neat thing I like, one of the many other neat things I like about this model, in addition to having a light and zoom, if I turn this off, it actually just switches output to my desktop computer, so I can have a PowerPoint, and I can switch very quickly back and forth, and I don't need to mess with cables, and I don't need to do things like that. So when I turn it back on, and this is yet, I just want to sell this thing because this is so cool. Well, let me give you
I can't make notes.
Let me give you this pen.
I don't know what happened to the...
There you go. I'm not going to troubleshoot
like...
it. All right, so we can look at the pen. You can see.
Demonstrating origami then.
So, demonstrating or filming origami. Another really neat thing about this is you can tip it up, and now it's a webcam. You can actually use this as a webcam for your computer. So if you wanted to have a teleconference and you wanted to zoom in on people, and I think we'd have to adjust the color just a little bit, so you can zoom in and things like that.
Can you check those out, or?
And these are borrowable from media services. So you can just talk to Dan Winsek and he can hook you up with one, or your faculty up with one. The thing I always picture this for is the teachers who want to annotate documents in class in front of the students. So you want to share papers that the students have written. You don't want to deal with emailing files back and forth. You can actually have the piece of paper sitting right here and highlight and cross out and everything like that. So really cool use for this. Another neat thing about this model, not all document cameras are created equal, but you can actually change the input. So there's an SD card in this, and I've taken some pictures of this ahead of time, and so you can actually use it instead of a computer. So these are pictures that are just on this little SD card that's here that I've put inside the document camera.
How did you save them to the
well, these pictures and these videos are actually straight from this camera. So if I wanted to, I could be manipulating a model.
saved into the, okay.
And so and so I could be manipulating a model and,
You can play movies on that, I just say?
Yeah. so I have this card here, and let's say I want to give a quiz on the information that's on the card. I can just, it doesn't want to auto zoom for me, or auto adjust. So you can do this, and then I can actually take a picture.
Oh.
And it saves it in the...
And it saves it into the memory.
Okay.
And I can also take video. And there is a little tiny little microphone inside of here, so I can take the video and show this wonderful Ungerbach card. And stop. Right. So it's post-recording. And then we can switch back. And then I can play that video. Yep, and you can't hear it because the speakers, the speaker cable doesn't quite reach all the way from here all the way to there.
Oh, okay. So it does have speaker.
So it does, yeah, there is a little speaker. All right, so document camera, really neat piece of tech. Another really neat piece that I think is really cool. I'm going to turn this off right now. The Frontline Services website has this list of equipment that they allow for checkout, that they have for checkout. And some of this stuff is great, and staff and faculty can actually check some of this out. To use off-campus as well. So digital still cameras, and let's just zoom in on this. There we go. Is that a little better?
Available.
All right, so here we have the document cameras. So video, computer projectors, OHPs, overhead projectors, but the document projectors are really awesome, I think. Laser pointers and the little clicker, so you can be standing at the PowerPoint, but not standing in front of your computer and working with stuff. Digital audio recorders. These are great devices for just grabbing notes, and obviously I'm using one right now to record this presentation. Webcams, USB headsets, laptops for temporary usage, students, faculty, and staff. I thought they had changed that so students couldn't do that, but maybe they changed their mind again. They've also got some other stuff if you know to ask for it. An iPod dock, so that you can it's just like battery-powered speakers that you can put your iPod in or your smartphone in and listen to music somewhere if you're going to be working for a while. So cool stuff. Dan knows about it, and you can talk to him to take advantage of that. Another cool presentation tool. A lot of people like to present with iPads, or they like to walk around the room. This is like an iPad, except it's just the pen part. And so I can control my thing and walk around the room with this guy right here and with this pen. I can click, and I can do all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to click on the Facebook feed. And so I could be walking around the room, looking over my students' shoulders to make sure they're not using Facebook or not using doing something they shouldn't be doing during my class, and I can still annotate or write on my presentation with this portable tablet. This is a tablet. This is a digitizing tablet as opposed to a smart tablet, I guess.
You can't do anything on it, like it doesn't...
There's no apps for it. You can't use this without a computer.
Okay.
And it can work with the cord or without the cord. This is a wireless model. The battery is still charging, so I can't really unplug it right now.
So is it like a glorified mouse and...
It is a glorified mouse.
Okay.
It is a glorified mouse. But the really neat thing about this is if you have Photoshop or Illustrator or a graphic arts type program, this pen and tablet can actually pick up, I think, more than 100 levels of sensitivity or pressure. So you can actually ink on it, and if you hold the pen and really press, it will be a bigger and darker spot, just like if you had a pen or a fountain pen or a paintbrush.
Cool.
And so this is the Wacom. This is a Wacom tablet. All right, so that's another piece of really cool stuff. Let's see, that. One other thing that I like is this cart that I'm using.
The mystery card?
The mystery card, the card of magic.
Mystery.
Where you keep the...
Wizard box.
Jester.
What is inside? But the college has two of these, this is an iPad cart. So these are fairly new iPads. We got them this summer. They come with a case. This is a set of 30 iPads, so it will cover pretty much any class we have on campus. That's a standard class, not like a two-teacher class.
Okay.
And these are available for checkout for the entire class. So last block, or one block ago, we had Mike Tabor check this out for his class. We've had a couple other classes use them as well. The charging happens here at this station, so what we would do is we would bring this to your classroom, we'd lock it up in your classroom and give you the password, or the password for the lock. And then your students can use these throughout the day as long as they return them at night. All the iPads will charge simultaneously. You just plug in the little cable, and we can deploy apps to them as well.
So is it something that's only supposed to use in the classroom? They don't take it home? I mean, are out to work on it?
The last guidance, the last policy I heard on that was, this is a classroom tool for use in the classroom. That may change depending on how trustworthy the students are.
Yeah, that'd be tough to let those just go.
But at the same time, we do have 17 iPads, slightly older iPads, that are available for student checkout through the circulation desk. And all the students has to do is go up to the circulation desk, and if there's an iPad available, they can check it out.
That would make sense to keep that in the classroom.
Yeah,
Basically, that's 4 special things that you're using in class.
These are
Use
these
an
are
iPad
special.
in class 4.
Exactly, these are special classroom use things. So anything you can do with an iPad, as long as there's a good use for it in your class, or if you know faculty, or if you wanted to explore the use of some of these things, we would love to meet with you and talk about options.
Okay.
Seems like they'd have to
Awesome
use it.
stuff.
They're allowed to use it outside.
All right, so there's lots of tech available for you to check out and for classes to use. Are there any questions? All right, if you're interested in audio editing, next week Nicole will be presenting on editing audio with Audacity, which is awesome because that's available for Mac and for PC. So regardless of which one you use, you can learn.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
Thanks for coming.
Weston.
Thank you.